Hey guys, welcome to today's Leetcode video. Today we're going to be looking at Leetcode 228 summary ranges. We're given a sorted unique integer array called nums, and a range A and B is the set of all integers from A to B inclusive. And we need to return the smallest sorted list of ranges that cover all the numbers in the array exactly. That is, each element of nums is covered by exactly one of the ranges. There is no integer x such that x is in one of the ranges but not in nums. So for each number it will be in some sort of range, and each range in the list should be output as this. So a with a little arrow, and then b if a does not equal to b, and just a if a equals b. And this is kind of like a hint, but will make more sense if we look at the example. So in this example, we've got 0, 1, 2, 4, 5, and 7. Well, we know 0 and 2 are consecutive, so this is our first range. But then we are expecting 3, but no, we skip 3 and we end up at 4. Well, we know 4 and 5 are consecutive, so that's another range. And then we have 7. Well, 7, we don't need a little arrow because we're told here if a equals b, well, then we just return a on its own. And then we're given another example here as well. And we're also given some constraints. So let's start off with a base case. We're going to be coding this up in Python 3. And we're going to say if not nums, let's just return an empty list. So this covers if the nums list is empty. Now we can set some variables. So I is going to equal to 1. We'll set the start number equal to nums 0, which is the first element in our nums list. And we can set, ranges, which is going to be the ranges that list that we return. Now let's create a while loop. So you can do this with a for loop as well, but I'm going to start off with a while loop. I'm going to say while I is less than length of nums, if nums I minus 1 does not equal to nums I minus 1. And basically what this condition does is it looks for a break. So we say, let's say we are at 4. Well, nums I minus 1 would be 2. And is 2 equal to 4 minus 1? Well, 4 minus 1 is 3, but 2 does not equal to 3. Well, now we find a break, haven't we? So this is how found a break. So let's just comment that. And now let's check these two conditions. And again, these are really helpful because this just tells us how we need to return the number in the ranges list. So let's say if start num is equal to nums I minus 1, well then we can simply return, we append to our ranges list the string. So we cast start num to a string and we append it to our ranges array. Otherwise, if there are multiple numbers in our range, well then we can say ranges.append, and again cast our start num to a string, but now we need to add like a little arrow over here. So let's add our little arrow and then add string nums I minus nums I minus 1 if I can type correctly. And then let's say start num is now going to be equal to nums I. And then let's also increment our I variable and return ranges. So now let's test out our solution, and we get an error. And this I kind of expected to get because, well, we do cover the first two elements, so the first part of our list. We managed to correctly get right, but not the last part. And we see this pattern in case 2 as well. So we've got the first 3 elements correct, but not the last one. And this is because of the way we're writing our while loop. We're not getting to the last potential range. So what we can do is just say handle last range, and all we're going to do is copy and paste our code from here. And look at the last potential range. So nums I minus 1, and this will cover the last elements in our nums list as well. So now let's run the code. Amazing. So now we've passed both test cases. Now let's submit our code as well, just to be sure. Amazing. Now we passed all 34 test cases and we have an optimal solution. So, yep, thanks for watching, guys, and I will catch you in the next video.